Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my friends. Good evening, followers. Good evening, viewers. Today, I'm here to talk to you about MPP manifesto launch, which was Sunday, August 18, 2024 at Takradi, and today NDC manifesto launch, which is August 24th, 2024 in Central Region, Winnipeg. So, Ghana for me, Mama Kwaba. If you are a first time here, Medin de Kofi, I'm a political analyst, and I'm mostly here analyzing MPP and NDC manifesto launch. I said, ɔsɛ mo ani ngye sɛ party mmienu nyinaa obiara de ne manifesto adi ba because for democratic reasons party biara ɛba paa ɔsɛ ɔmo ntumi ka kyerɛ ewiase no what they are going to do, and that is what is classified as what manifesto. And then we are glad NDC brought their manifesto also, so we have the two to what weigh in now. So welcome. Please like and subscribe and share so that our channel can grow. And let's keep rocking. Before I came on live here, I went on my Twitter handle, which is the same handle as this one here. It is called The Nation Speaks TV, or The Nation Speak. And I posted a poll. I asked the question, now that you have heard NDC manifesto, NPP manifesto, or policies, which party are you going to vote for? And I had some reactions. And out of the reactions, if you permit me to quickly look at my Twitter handle and tell you what are the results so far. Now, what is the results? Let me quickly look and tell you before we can start. So far, I have NDC 89%, NPP 11%. But this is not the final vote. The time on it is 2 days. I have 9 votes so far and 13 hours left. So, Ghana for welcome, Americans, welcome. If you're Ghanaian in America, welcome. Everybody, welcome globally. We are here to dive into political issues that are going to affect our nations and our families at large. So, welcome, welcome, and let's move on. So, we've had both NDC and NPP brought out their what manifestos slash their policies they will be administering, or they will be what putting in place to help them govern, right? And we have also had NDC brought their policy or manifesto today. So my question today to everybody who is either an NDC supporter or NPP supporter or an independent candidate, or what we call a floating voter who is either looking at A or B, depending on policy that will benefit you, and vote for party A or party B. So my question for you today is as follows. As both NDC and NPP have now presented their manifestos, it is time for you to weigh in, right? So take a close look here. You can either read both NDC and NPP manifesto from any source you can get it from the social media, from maybe NDC website, from NPP website, or on YouTube. Weigh in by looking at each party promises or promising policies, right? Because you don't need to just get up and say, I think NDC policies are great. I think NPP policies are great. I think you should take a keen look. If you are somebody like me who like to listen to audio, find an audio, maybe a TV station that have what delve into each policy. Find an audio and listen to. If you are also busy and because of your busyness you don't have time to really see, you can do the same thing, right? Or if you can find a readable version and read. Please read. Now, which plans do you believe will truly drive the economy, growth, improve education, enhance healthcare, and provide better infrastructure and social welfare? So I'm throwing this question to you as an NDC supporter or as an NPP supporter. Which policies did NDC brought that you think are going to enhance healthcare, drive economic growth, improve our educational system now, enhance a better infrastructure and social welfare? When we talk about social welfare, we all know a lot of social welfares, and one major one will be what? Healthcare, maybe healthcare for the poor, access to healthcare facilities, access to emergency care facilities, ambulance, women health, education, children health infrastructure. And since I'm mentioning that, I saw that NDC in their manifesto, they said they are going to build a 500 bed hospital, no, children's hospital. I think I haven't looked at the location yet, but let's just get the picture I'm trying to paint here, not in details here. So NDC is promising to build a 500 bed hospital for children, which is great idea if they could do it. Children do need a bigger facility where they will have all the needed modern infrastructure in healthcare to take care of all our needed children related medical treatments. I think every serious country will have such. So another question I have for both of you here, I'm throwing the question to both NDC and NPP voters, and as well as what? Floating voters, independent voters, and people who have not made up their mind yet. You need to dive into specifics, compare the strengths and weaknesses. So NDC have been in power before. What are their strengths that maybe is repeating itself today? What are their weaknesses that maybe had or have repeated itself today that you think will sway your opinion to voting for them? And judge which vision align most with your hope for Ghana's future, right? I think that's the basic, but the most important internal belief you want to have. Which of these two parties' vision align mostly with you, and why? This is your chance to critically evaluate their commitment and decide which agenda best reflects what you believe the nation's needs. So, what is your verdict, right? The nation need, in general, that will also mean what you will benefit as a whole, and you as a Ghanaian would like to see the nation benefit from these two political parties, because they are going to have the national resources to what? To be used as their source of funds for any of the policies, right? NPP candidate is up here. NDC candidates are up here. If I move, you could see the two of them also. What vision do they have, or have they mentioned that will what convince you to vote for both of them? Okay, if you don't mind, I ask. Now, again, another question I have is, what motivates you to support either the NDC or the NPP in this election? What motivates, apart from insult, apart from lies, apart from TV stations and radio stations making up their arguments and making up their opinions and points and propaganda and agenda? You specifically, what motivates you to want to either vote for NDC and hope that when you vote for them, they will what? Do the promise as they say, and it will benefit you and your family as a whole. The next question is it their policies or economic development or education or healthcare or perhaps their track record? Right? It's NDC economic policies. There's a lot to read about NDC economic policies. But maybe if you guys don't mind, can I read NDC economic policies they said they are going to do? And then we can get back to probably NPP one if we have enough time. So let's see. Let me give you a hint or a few of NDC's economic policies. And let's see if those are some of the policies that will what? Convince you to vote for them. And if I could get my hand on NPP one too, I will also read that. So let me see. Economic policies NDC have stated in their manifesto today. They claim they will implement a 24-hour economy strategy with what? 3 shifts of 8 hours each to maximize productivity and efficiency. To transform Ghana into an import substitute and export-led economy. They want to enhance access to public services and create more well-paying jobs for unemployed Ghanaians. Okay, here, pay attention. NDC is now saying create more jobs for NDC sympathizers, fans, for what? Ghanaians. So they want to stop the economic decline and restore stability and inclusive growth to the economy. If I say Ghana's economy is declining, please don't say I'm speaking as an NDC supporter. You know, a whole lot of growth that a country needs to be going through has been determined that the economy is not in a good stand in growth when it comes to growth. So we continue. We will also give opportunity for experienced banking hands who lost their job after the collapse of banks to secure their career once more and move from the menial jobs they were forced into. So a lot of the 3 or 4 years ago bankers who lost their job due to the NPP policy that was called banking sector cleanup. Most of these bankers and related workers in the banking sector have lost their job. I think they said what, close to 3,000 or above. Not specific. I'm just saying approximately or more, or 23,000 have lost their job. Some of them have resorted to any other different job that's not in the sector. Maybe what, doing Uber driving, doing Yango, doing Bolt, or maybe gone back into any other field like teaching and other sector. They are saying they will make sure these people who have experience in the banking and can still come back in the economy will come back to some banking sector to help. You know, we shall abolish the obnoxious e-levy and review the levy imposed on bet winners with improved revenue from the savings made from reduced size of government. So they are going to reduce their government size. You know, the ministries, I think they said the current government have 126 and NDC is proposing to have less. So whatever money they save from having less ministries will be used towards tax revenue to the government, so that government can stop the betting tax imposed on betting winnings in Ghana by the current government. You know, I can move from there to they'll fight anti-corruption, fast-track corporatization, and new oil and gas wells to increase investment in the winning sector and a revamped cocoa sector. The cocoa sector has been making a lot of loss for the past 4 years. Lot of losses. I can read those to you also. So NDC government plan to ease the heavy tax burden that has been placed on Ghanaian households and businesses. Yes, I was in Ghana in June through July, and if you buy food, when they give you the receipt, you can see up to 8 taxes that are listed on it. Unrealistic. Like I had to make a comparison of American tax, and I saw that America have only one word, tax, and it could be in percentage. For example, in New York, if you buy something, they give you a receipt, you will see tax, right? So let me show you an example here. I have a receipt in my hand just for the purpose of argument. I have a tax receipt here, and I have a receipt here. I'll show you. So I don't know if you could see clearly, but maybe not. From this receipt, I have New York City tax, New York City tax before total. And in the tax, if you go all the way here, it says New York City tax 8.37%. And the total amount is 2 CD, no, not 2 CDs, $2.13 on a $24 goods I paid for at what was that? Papete dinner. Papaya dinner. I went to eat at a Ghanaian restaurant yesterday. So let me come closer. Let's see. Closer. So they have just one tax, and that tax is in percentage. So it's not a list of 8 different taxes. For example, for Ghana's tax, you will have e-levy tax, you will have VAT on it, you will have something, and a whole lot. So NDC is proposing that they will take all those taxes out of Ghanaian household. They will actively attract viable and serious private sector investors to partner with the government to invest in productive sectors for job creation. That's what NDC is saying. We are analyzing what policies they are bringing that might be great for you to vote for them. We shall relocate some ministries out of the central business area to decongest the city of Accra, which I totally agree with that. If you look at some countries like Nigeria, who is our neighbor, have moved their capital, which was once in Abuja, to Lagos. I think so, and probably later Lagos back to Abuja, just to decongest the city. I think if I'm right, India may have done it before, and some few other countries. The history is that countries have moved their capital from one country, one city to the other, just to decongest the other city. And currently, in Africa, Egypt is doing the same thing. Egypt is building a brand new city in the desert, which is going to be their government capital, so that the old government capital will be what? Decongested. So it's a good policy if it could be done, and done well, right? Maybe without corruption. We shall relocate the ministries out of the central area to decongest the city. I read that a while ago. Sorry, forgive me. This will involve an emphasis on agriculture and agri businesses, and will have strong focus on making Ghanaian own their micro enterprises. So that's one page of the economy, policies on economy. It continues though up to 14. I have up to 14. If I could show you up here, it has up to 14. So lead a process to set a standardized limit for borrowing and ensure that Ghana never suffers such a deadly debt management program that threatens to send elderly people holding government bonds to their early grave and wipe out the investment of the Ghanaian middle class, which is currently called under NPP government as haircuts. Haircut is when the retirees who have invested their money into government bonds, when these government bonds matures, they go to take their pay for daily need. They can't get their money, because the government is reinvesting the money into something, you know. And they continue to promise that the next NDC administration will transform the economy, diversify our export, and ensure value addition to create more jobs. For January 2025, we will add value to our cocoa by increasing domestic processing, refining our gold before export, and pursuing the dream of an integrated bauxite and alumina industries. Ghana have all these resources, all these natural resources, and we are still struggling and going for loans from IMF and World Bank. Just a point. Valco, Tor, and other strategic industries that can serve as extra pillars for our economy will be brought on stream, meaning they'll make them work. I think Tor has been shut down or something. Valco, not sure. Building a modernized agricultural economy driven by technology and digitalization, and emphasizing and establishing agribusiness shall be one of the key anchors of our economic transform plan. Okay. The new NDC government will introduce a new budget in April 2025 to support small and medium scale businesses and adjust some taxes on small and what medium businesses. We shall also establish and deploy farmer services center nationwide in district to boost productivity and output. So economic policies continues up to 24. They have reduced excessive government spending and prevent waste and corruption, ensure the extractive sector operate within a more mutually beneficial tax environment to stabilize the exchange rate, ensure stable economy and macroeconomic environment to stable businesses to plan. Stringent reform to ensure fiscal discipline in public administration. We shall revive the concept of school farms, with the produce from the farm used to feed the students. We shall apply the price stabilization levy for the intended purpose of cushioning consumers. Petroleum consumers. As a matter of urgency, we shall revamp the thermal oil refinery and ensure that it processes domestic crude oil as was started under our former administration. So the previous NDC administration started thermal oil refinery. I think that's the Tor. Yeah, that's the Tor they were talking about in the previous chapter. So Tor will be restored, which it need to be restored because Tor used to process Ghana's crude oil, and it reduces export of finished product, crude product from other countries like Nigeria and stuff. The 24-hour economy policy will support businesses operating around the clock, enhancing productivity and job creation. I want to say here that if you haven't taken the time to dive into or listen or read or ask somebody some questions about the 24-hour economy, you should, because here in the Western world, in America, in New York, I want to say that the 24-hour economy helped somebody like me get my education. I came in America in 2012. I started working in the morning, and then I started college a year after. And after taking 2 semesters of some classes, I realized that I can't take my classes in the night, because a lot of the classes, a lot of the professors were only available in the morning. So what I had to do is go to my workplace, ask my supervisor and manager to please help me so I can work in the night, which was 8 to 12:30 in the night. Then I can go to school in the morning. And when they did say yes, I was so excited because I would go to school in the morning, which was mostly Mondays and Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays, I presume, depending on different uh, courses. Go to school sometime close 12 o'clock, come home, get a little sleep, get ready for work. 4 o'clock, I leave the house because I used to work in Connecticut. Get to work by 5. I used to work 4. I think I used to work 4 to 12 something. So I get to work, start work, close 12 o'clock, 12:30. It's 30 minutes to get back home to the Bronx. I'll be back here, find parking. Finding parking sometimes was hard, but it do help. I come home 12 something. I get a good sleep before I get up because I don't go to school every day. So let's say if it was Tuesday and I don't have school, Tuesday night I come and sleep. Wednesday I don't have school to go, something like that. You know what I mean? So I had to graduate my associate and continue with my bachelor's, all schooling in the morning and working in the night. So I had my bachelor's working in the night and schooling in the daytime. Only my master's, I could go to school in the afternoon. So the 24-hour economy will help in situations like this, where people can work and school in the daytime, and in the situations where people can also school in the night and work in the daytime. Like if you're an adult worker, you could work, close work, go to school in the evening. So the 24-hour economy is a great policy in my view because it is helping we the Western world here do everything you want. Work anytime, work in daytime or work in the night, go to school in the daytime or go to school in the night, sell your businesses in the daytime, drive, go to places in the night, go to places in the daytime and sleep in the morning. Anything you want to do, the 24-hour economy really help. This means police will be available in the night, the tolls are working in the night, and the economy runs 24/7. If I get up in the night, yeah, and I want food to eat, I can get food across the street. If I want a drink like a juice from deli or grocery shop across the street, I can get one anytime in the night in my area I live, right? If I'm really, 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 really hungry in the night, I can go across the street and you'll see people selling food in the night 24/7, unless it's really bad, the weather is really bad outside. So, all these things help. So NDC economic policies continues to 34 to 34. So I will pause on that and I can go into their policies on governance and government efficiency, land and regulations, government policies and anti-corruption measures, education policies. So since free SHS has been an issue in Ghana, let me read to you quite a few education policies NDC is trying to bring. I'm trying to get a hold of NPP policies and then I'll make a comparison. It won't be fair to have NDC policies and can have NPP policies, right? To make a comparison here so that you, the voters, can decide which policies are great for you to vote. So let me jump on the NDC educational policies. That's very, very important ones we should all get to, like the healthcare, road infrastructure. But for time's sake, let me jump on the education one and then we'll see if we will need another time for the others. So in my hand here I have NDC education policies, which are committed to establishing libraries in primary schools to promote a reading culture, which we do. We do need that. Every school need a library, or every community need a library. To be honest with you, probably 10 years ago, I planned to build, or I wrote in my diary, I want to build a library for my community one day, because I used to go into the library close to where I live to study. I used to go there and print stuff. I used to borrow books. That's how I even started college in America. I went to read GED books in the library here. I had a lot of help from the people there and suggested books for me and suggested a course to even take in college and all that. So library was something I promised myself I'll build for my community. And one day, I don't know if one day I can do it enough, but maybe one day you can help me. So it continues. It says, we shall address the critical issues of textbook distribution and ensure the provision of relevant educational materials. Textbooks must be available for students. I remember when we were in middle school in Ghana, JSS, textbooks was something you have to beg your seniors, we call it people who are living before you, to give you one book of a level they are. If they are in JSS2, you are in JSS1, you're asking them for JSS2 textbook to have a glimpse of what the math in JSS2 look like, the science in JSS2, the social studies, and then even Pasco. Very difficult to get. Sometimes there were times you have to buy, and we didn't have the money. And SS, same thing. SS, I remember we have to either contribute money, friends, 5 to 10 friends. Everybody bring money, small, small, small. We buy one single textbook and share. Today I have it, tomorrow Joel have it, the next day Saki have it, the next day Foster have it, and so forth and so forth. And it went on and on. We didn't have books. For textbooks is really needed in Ghana schools. I want to make a topic about this topic. Textbooks are needed. Ghana textbooks are needed in our schools. Students need textbooks to read, especially the Archaeolas and the important math, English, and science books. Much needed. Let's continue. We shall prioritize the completion of abandoned educational infrastructure to reduce classroom sizes. The abandoned infrastructure here he's talking about is the e-blocks, right? What they call e-blocks that NDC, the former NDC administration was busy building to provide enough classrooms for the students before they establish or implement the free progressive senior high school. Okay, NDC call it free progressive senior high school. NPP call it free senior high school. You be the judge. Sorry. So they will continue to either build more or finish the abandoned ones so that we can have what? Class sizes, more class rooms for student, any student, not NDC student, not NPP student, any Ghanaian student. We shall review and improve the free senior high school TVET policy through stakeholder engagement. So NDC believe that they're going to bring teachers, principals. In Ghana, we call them headmasters, headmistresses, parents, PTAs, school coordinators, counselors, probably student bodies like the SRCs, and what do we say? Education ministers, education scholars, so they can review and see what is good, what is bad about free SHS. What can we improve? What can we throw away? What can we add? And what can we subtract to make the free SHS exist and what? Improve to a better standard so that students will what? Get a good benefit out of it and not just, going and because it's free is garbage. Let's be honest. Because it's free is garbage. No, we need educational system that's powerful to strengthen our students so that they can learn and what? Create the future leaders. You want a good scientist. You want a good doctor. You want a good policy analyst. You want a good engineer. You want a good a coder. You want a good software developer. Meanwhile, you don't care about which teacher teaches the student. Which school does he go to? Do he or she go to a school that have the resources, a lab, a teacher that is trained to teach students this so-called skills I have mentioned a while ago? Without your support as a government, those skills become so-called when you don't invest in them. It can be a doctor when you don't have a trained teachers to teach you what is anatomy, what to teach you philosophy, to teach you human development, diseases, epidemiology, chemistry, physics, healthcare policies, healthcare management, healthcare customer service. How do you become a doctor? So this is the time for stakeholders and policy makers in the government to come together and analyze, review, and help. That's all I can use. And help, period. We waste so much time talking and not doing nothing. They continue. We shall guarantee the timely disbursement of capitation grants based on the needs and resources of the schools. We shall increase the free senior high school secretariats into the educational directorate for better oversight. We shall reintroduce free sanitary pad for female students in primary and senior high schools. We plan to decentralize the school feeding program to boost local economies and improve nutrition. We shall strengthen PTAs to enhance community and stakeholder participation in schools. Very important. Very important. I'm a teacher in America, in New York, Bronx specifically. PTA is a duty for a teacher to attend, and PTA are a duty for parents, and also doubling down as a parent myself. I have to attend my both kids' PTA meeting so I can listen and understand, get to ask questions, and also get to know what my students are doing and what they are learning and how they are learning it. So PTA is very important, and with the help of PTA and stakeholders, teachers can make informed decisions regarding our children, your children, your grandchildren, our students. Okay. All right. So they move on to saying that we shall develop incentive for teachers in deprived areas with comprehensive data collection. Comprehensive data collection. Data collection is very important. I was listening to a Ghanaian talk show on TikTok, and they were also analyzing progress of teachers. I think NDC mentioned they will cancel licensure exams, and some of the teachers said, no, some of the participants said, I was posted to a village in Volta region as a kid growing up in the city in Kumasi. I said I was never going to go there to teach. And he said he didn't go to teach there. And they had to post him to another village. He didn't go to that village. And because of that, he had to, he said, I had to stay home for a while till, thank God, I had an opportunity to travel abroad. But he said he refused to teach in the village because he was a city boy. So some of these deprived areas, far away from the big cities, do need teachers and qualified teachers. So NDC should be doing more for teachers, especially from the cities, can go to some of these places because in most times it's temporary. You can teach 5 years and you out, 2 years and you out, 3 years and you out, or 1 year and you out, So NDC educational policies continues to move on. I'm not sure if I may have to give you guys NDC policies today and maybe tomorrow we continue with NPP one, or do I need to do both comparisons today? because NDC one I have in my hand is a lot. So they continue with the schools. Let me see if I should finish NDC school and we think about how to get NPP one across. So they continue. We shall empower schools heads, which is the principals, with the resources and authority to manage schools effectively. So principals and mistresses, school mistresses will be given what? Resources enough so they can what? Manage schools without problem government interference, right? We shall collaborate with unions to develop housing and auto loan scheme for teachers. Yay! That's a good one. So teachers can get to buy houses or get to buy cars, because some teachers, they have to rent far away and drive or take, transportation of any sort, ride motorbike to school. So teachers can also have access to buying their own car and driving to work. Great initiative. We shall build teacher accommodation in basic schools and start a policy of adding teacher accommodation to every basic school to be constructed. So every teacher that teaches from kindergarten through to middle school or high school will be benefiting from this teacher accommodation. We shall ensure prompt recruitment, payment of salaries, and clearance of arrears for teachers. We shall expand secondary school spaces, improve the implementation of the free senior high school, and the dreaded double track system. I'm a supporter of ending the double track system. My sister went to the double track system. No good. No good. She will sit home for 3 months, and I don't know. It affected her grade. She had to really study hard to pass and relieve the teacher workload. We shall pay a 20% allowance to rural-based teachers. Yay, excellent. We shall cancel the obnoxious licensure examination for teachers. Yes, I support that. They should add that as a final, maybe even if it's a thesis or final exams or final project. And when you graduate, you have your certificate and you're a qualified teacher. Even in America, I'm a supporter of that. In America, after your education, you can be nominated as a teacher. Teach before you get your license by taking multiple exams, which I think is a waste of time, because as a teacher, after teaching for 8 hours or 6 hours, you are tired to get home, to go home to your family, to go and help your kids do their homework and study and take exams, which are 3 hours. And so a lot of these exams are on computer, so they are computer-based exams, which is time and is as fast as anything for you to pass to be certified to be a teacher. It's just completely waste of time. If I could get a master degree as I do to be a teacher, I shouldn't be taking no exams to make me a qualified or certified teacher. Okay, you can add that to the education so that by the time the person graduates, they become a qualified teacher and you give them their certification. Think about it, America. Think about it, Ghana. So we shall cancel the obnoxious teacher trainee license exam for teacher training graduate. Okay, no, it's two things. It said we shall cancel the obnoxious license examination for teacher training graduates. Okay, we shall scrap the quota system for admissions into nursing and teacher training colleges to expand student enrollment. Okay, they need to do that too. A lot of students want to get into nursing and can't get through, because of the what admission quota. We shall reverse the names of public university renamed by the NPP to reflect the core mandate of those universities. Yeah, I believe in that. I think if a university had a name that is somehow written in books, somehow in our history, and you just get up one day and change it, it makes the university probably accreditation, branding, marketing. It makes, if I know a university to be, let's say, University of Ghana, and you change the name to, let's say, Kofi Annan University, it becomes hard to market this name for people to get used to the new names. For example, I lived in Medina. I used to go to IPS. I went to a high school called Medina Senior High School, Masek. And the CEO of Masek is the same CEO of IPS, Nana Opoku Oware. Nana Opoku is the owner of IPS and Masek. So we used to go to IPS even to study. My cousin Noah went there. I know IPS because I used to go there all the time. We drive past there. The name has been changed since I think the government took over to UPS, University of Professional Studies, something like UPS. It doesn't sound right to me now. It's hard to find a grounding to pronounce IPS. Everybody know IPS. IPS now it's UPSA. I think it's UPSA. So that is not something you want to really do. So I believe that if NDC reinstate the old names of this universities, NPP government rename, it will be a great thing. I don't know about you, but what do you think? So I'm done with NDC. I'm looking to get some NPP policies so we can do a comparison to see which of the two is more, I think it's more eye-catching, if I should say that. Okay, so let's see the NPP policies, or permit me, viewers, just hold on for a minute. Let me find some. But before that, let me play some music. NPP policies manifesto, NPP manifesto. Oh, not coming out. NPP manifesto. Okay, viewers, I'm so sorry. I can't really get a hold of a lot of NPP policies. The few I have here is NPP say, oh, okay, stop the music. So if you are having complete all agenda 111 hospital, complete digitalization of public health infrastructures, establishing traditional site on drone delivery, scale telegraph services, recruit more doctors, nurses, and other healthcare. I feel like it's just vague. I don't know. Okay. Oh no, it's not what I'm looking for. So I think we will have to come to a conclusion for today, and I will find NPP manifesto and do another video, and you'll be the judge. But I have one here. It says we will offer from NPP. We will offer teachers to buy one vehicle each with engine capacity up to 1,800 cc. Okay. and I think that's it. I haven't got a lot from NPP. Okay, I have something here. We will abolish e-levy and complete Agenda 11 hospital again. I will not have more than 50 ministries and will introduce a citizen-friendly flat tax system. You know, driver's license will be valid for 10 years. Okay, that's a good policy. If it's less than 10 years now, in America, I think it's 10 years. I don't think it's 10 years. We will introduce the cost of living and we will reduce, pardon me. We will reduce the cost of living and transportation by promoting electric buses, with the first batch of 100 electric buses arriving by December this year, I think, or maybe next year. Just say December, but I'm presuming the NPP is in power, so maybe this year. This is NPP manifesto I'm reading to you. But forgive me if he's referring to 2025 December, because it says December. We will review the 1992 Constitution and pay allowances to paramount chiefs, queen mothers, and divisional chiefs. I did had um, a lot of people on TikTok. I would say the youth who says we should look into our constitution again. I don't know, but I think a lot of youth are in it that we should look at the constitution again. I don't know specifically what they want to be changed. Power, how many years politicians take power. But I have a hold of NPP manifestos here. So let me continue. I want to just alert you that the NPP manifesto is just short sentences. It looks like bulletin point from a PowerPoint presentation, because I do a lot of PowerPoint presentation and I bullet a lot of my points, and this kind of looks like bulletin points. So again, I continue. We will establish a Ghana Schools Sports Secretariat and review the Ghana Premier League. Okay. We faced very challenging times, but with calm leadership and the support of the good people of Ghana, we have weathered the storm. Many economists have rightly stated that Ghana has turned the corner. I don't know, how does that supposed to be a manifesto? That sounds like somebody's opinion. That's what he thinks. Can I continue? But Ghana, forgive me if I sound like I'm always supporting NDC and not NPP. I'm just analyzing, because the policy or the manifesto from NPP is like bulletin points. It's not as detailed as the NDC was a while ago when I was reading. So let's see if I could get more. He said, if you commit a crime, we will catch you. I want to assure you, I am for you. I believe I will serve you better, and I possess the integrity you need in a leader. Hand the steer to me. Okay. I know Baumia's slogan is give me the steer. We will abolish the e-levy and complete Agenda 1. I said that already. Driver license. So it is the same policies I was reading, and I think I would do my research and get, if not all, a lot of the NPP manifesto or policies, so that in my next video we can do a lot of the comparison and continue our discussing for which party to vote for. So in that honor, I would like to ask another question. And the next question I have is, It is it their policies on economic development, education, healthcare, or perhaps their track record that will make you vote for them? And if I say there, I meant any of the political parties, NPP or what? NDC. So I'm giving you the questions based on what you have probably listened to today, heard from the radio station, watch on YouTube, watch on TikTok, watch on any media platform, and your decision you have decided so far that, okay, you know what? Today I am going to have to come to a conclusion that NPP's manifesto is great because policies on economic development and growth is great. Policies on education, and not just free education only, tertiary institutions, technical institutions. I think when I go on NDC manifesto, there's a part where they said with education that they are going to abolish the grammar schools and what? And focus on technical schools, right? If you permit me, I have that here. Let me put that here. Yeah. So NDC in their educational policy said we are going to shift our attention from grammar schools and build more technical and vocational schools, which I strongly agree with them if they could implement it the right way. Technical skills is much needed. And when we talk about technical skills, I mean plumbing, carpentry, masonry, tiling, tiling, electrical skills. Electricians will have different type of them, heavy duty, industrialized, and then different type of mechanical, car collision, diesel engines. And now with oils in Ghana, let's add a technical institution that will train people on how to become oil engineers. The oil field is getting bigger in Ghana each year. Can we have a technical school where people will learn how to do the what's the courses in engineering? I mean, in the engineering courses uh, in the oil industry that is much needed. I don't even have much knowledge in that, but can we train people in that field so we don't have to bring in foreigners like the Chinese, the Americans, the Indians, the Lebanese, the Italians, who are coming in Ghana to take more paycheck, and we sit in Ghana and complain that there's no jobs in Ghana. Can we have some technical schools that can train people in this level instead of grammar schools every day, Q and Paul reading and the big grammars and nothing to show for, right? So, what in NDC educational policies moves you today? What in NPP educational policy move you that you are going to vote for them and hope that they will implement this educational policy and it will benefit Ghana and benefit you and your family? Let's just be honest. Right? Remember, Ghana belongs to you and I, not them. We are electing them to lead that. That doesn't mean they have to do things for themselves, but they're doing things for you and I. In the healthcare, I haven't got a lot from NPP except the Agenda 111. They said they will be um, building Agenda 111 hospitals. But for NDC have laid down some not agenda, healthcare policies that they would like to implement. And if you pardon me again, I can go back to NDC healthcare policies and read you quite a few so that you'll be the judge to yourself. If you don't mind. So this is what NDC is talking about when it comes to healthcare, and it goes health policies. It's a lot of pages, but if you don't mind, can I read 1 to 5 bulletin? We shall remove taxes on essential medical supply for dialysis. Dialysis. We shall also establish a cancer and kidney disease trust fund to support afflicted Ghanaians who need assistance to treat such conditions. Very important, very much needed. You shouldn't have to see somebody who sell their entire properties to treat their family member who is dying from a kidney infection or kidney um, disease. So very much important. Cancer, yes, we need to have a lot of cancer treatment facilities or cancer treatment resources from the government. It's called, those are deadly diseases. I'm in support of that. After I worked for a hospital which treats cancer patients, I believe that every government should put priorities like the American government is doing into supporting patients with cancer. I believe in that 100%. So thank you, NDC, for putting that out there. I'll find NPP one later in the healthcare system. We will see. We shall remove taxes on essential medical supplies to dialysis. We shall also establish a cancer kidney trust fund to support afflicted Ghanaians who, I thought I read that already. Oh, this one was get fund. And then we shall scrap the quota system for admissions into nursing and teacher training colleges to expand student enrollment. I read that somewhere in education too. So education and healthcare. Okay. We shall ensure the prompt posting of trained health professionals. Okay. We shall construct a portable water system for the people of Yendi and upgrade the Yendi hospital to improve the healthcare services and reduce long distance travel for medical care. Yendi sector and the Saboba sector, they need such a hospital. I'm actually from Saboba, so I know my people need health services and an advanced one, not just this cheap compound. So NDC, I want you to do that for my people. I'm from Saboba, and I need the government that support people of all areas, not just one. So thank you, NDC, for bringing that up. I hope you do it for them, because God will bless you if you do. God will bless you, JM. We shall establish a modern dialysis center in the Upper East region. We shall ensure the prompt posting of trained professionals. I saw that a while ago. We shall build a referral hospital in Boku. The NHIS cannot pay claims because this government capped it, the current government, NPP. And we shall cancel the capping and realign it. So the healthcare policies continues and continues and continues. So again, to you out there, NDC, NPP, independent, floating voters, what policy in NDC, as I read, and more to be there, you can check it out for yourself, will influence your vote? What in the NPP policy or healthcare manifesto policies will influence your vote? And or perhaps what in their track record will influence you voting for them? NPP track record, NDC track record. Please be reflective, right? Examine yourself. Don't follow partisan politics. Don't follow tribal politics. Don't follow district propaganda manifestos that NPP will build a hospital in my district. No, personally, if you reflect on all the policies all these guys are bringing in all the sectors, infrastructure, education, economic development, healthcare, job creation, our water systems, road infrastructure, housing, financial literacy, and all these policies. Which of the following among the many will move you, and which party's policy will influence your vote for the 2024 December election in Ghana? So for today, this is all I have for you. It's a question, and I want you to reflect on that. Ghanaians, please don't go to the polls just to vote because I'm NPP. Just vote because I'm NDC. No, you are not an NDC. You are a Ghanaian. No, you are not an NPP. You are a Ghanaian. You are voting based on policies and the government track record, the government honesty, the government points and quest that they will work for the people of Ghana and the community. And let's just be honest, in our absence, our children, our grandchildren, our families, your aunties' children, your sisters' children, your nieces and nephews, and everybody in our absence. Absent here, I meant if you travel abroad, you are financially okay. You are not in any readiness to help anybody. You are absent from their life. You want to be able to make sure that what is left off for your people, be it your extended family or immediate family, that these people are okay. They will live a life of a deserved humanity, and a civilized society that take care of people needs, right? And not where people live like if they are in dungeons, or people live like if they have no leaders. So let's vote based on these reasons on December 7th, 2024 for Ghana's presidential and parliamentary elections, and not based on partisans and propaganda like, okay, I'm NDC, I'll vote for John Mahama and Jane Nana. I'm NPP, I'll vote for Dr. Baumia and Napo. Based on their policies, based on their track record, go out there and make the right decisions, make the right choice, and your country will benefit from you. Your community will benefit from you, your district, your family, and your economy as a whole. Guess what? One Ghana, one country, one people, one family. Okay, one love. Go out there, vote based on regular policies that will help you, and not anybody influencing your vote. So before I leave, if you don't mind, I can give you a sound of music. I always like music, even though I don't have copyright copyright for this music. But let me just play you some music before I end. Okay. Viewers, thank you. Please like and subscribe and share so that my channel can grow. And thank you again for being with me this evening. Have a great night and have a good morning wherever you are and listening or watching. Thank you. Thank you again. See you again tomorrow. Have a great night.